Hey guys, how is everybody? Let's see, there we go. Okay, let me get back to chat. What are you guys doing? Let's see, Beth is here, Christina's here, Maggie's here. There's Sherry. Jean, did I say hi to you? I forgot already. I totally forgot already. Hey, Shauna. Oh my golly. Dogs were just going crazy. Hey, Andre. So, what's everybody's weather? We have no snow here. It's sunshine and crazy cold and windy. What do you guys got? Hey, Louise. Hey, Janine. I just have an email. Debbie Ham, hang tight. Let me see if I can open YouTube and figure that out. Hang tight. Hang tight. Where do I want to go? Here, I think. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Settings, I think. Yep. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Let me find you. Let me see if you're in there, Debbie. One minute, you guys. I'm not trying to ignore chat. Give me 1 second here. Debbie, yours has little pink tennis shoes on it, right? Oh, she can't answer me. She's not in the chat. That's why I'm looking. Hold on, you guys. Hang on. I'm just looking at the pictures. She said she can't get in the chat, so I'm trying to make sure she didn't wind up blocked somehow. 1 moment. One second. We're off to a raging start, you guys. Just saying. There it is. Yep, you were in there, Debbie. You should be good now. Try now. If you're listening, try now. Okay. So we got her taken care of. There we go. Let me close those so I don't wind up crashing everything. There we go. Hey, Juanette. Hey, Christine and Natalie. Oh my gosh, you have 7 inches of snow in Tennessee. Totally not fair. I think I'm moving to Tennessee, guys. I know, Christine, it's something new. Hey, Tina. Hey, Tamar. There you are, Debbie. Welcome. There we go. So, as the title and the preview kind of alluded to, come get it. I'm on my way. You know I'm not kidding. I just want to talk. I get a lot of questions about how to sell. What do I do? How do I do? What do I do? Hey, Carol. So, hey, Christelle. Hey, Chona. So, I just decided it might be easier and more fun if we could kind of do this more as a group. Hey, Glynis. So I really don't have like a huge game plan for today. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit, see if you guys have questions, kind of see what you guys are thinking for you girls that want to do selling, whether it's through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Etsy, thanks, Mags, eBay, any of those kind of places. I mean, because online selling is online selling to a degree, but because you're always going to have like your presentation, you're going to have your shipping supplies, you're going to have a payment platform, those kinds of things, but they, they can change. So I don't know if you guys have like any specific questions or anything like that. Oh, and I did want to say, thus far, our only rule is you guys can, I mean, if you have a favorite thing about another channel or you want to throw a shout out to a seller because you like what they do, you like what they have, you like their format, absolutely have at it. We are not under any circumstances saying anything negative about any other seller or any other channel. I know, Jean, I know. Just that one rule. Compliments all day, every day for everybody. Cool with that. No negative stuff. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. So I think I'm going to grab my stool. I was going to stand, but I know if I do, I'm just going to bounce around. It does make the world go round, doesn't it? I agree. I agree. I thought it was a pretty good rule too, Christine. So, first question. How many of you think that you want to be an online seller of some sort or are thinking about it? How's that? We'll make it a little bit easier. You guys think about that. Juanette is very good. Nice. Just Juanette? Glennis has an Etsy. Oh, I always forget you have an Etsy, Glennis. Is it in the... Oh, I remember. I had to help you get it in the group. Yes, it's in the group. They are not my kids. They're grandkids. Those are the grandbabies back there. You might think about it, Cindy. Cool. See, I firmly believe there's room for everybody. After what we've seen the last couple of years, I think online is going to become more and more of a thing. And I think, hey, Eileen, look at her. She's like, nope. Hey, Sandy, I see your question, Debbie. I'm going to star that actually. There we go. Okay. So I think we're going to see more and more live sales. And I think we're going to see more and more selling and shopping being done online. So whether, no matter what it is, look at Christine. You're so silly. The subscriber thing, I'm not good at like how to improve your subscribers because that's never been a huge goal for me. I'm not on YouTube to make money from YouTube proper. YouTube is my brick and mortar store, if that makes sense. That's always been my approach to it. That's part of the reason I'm not monetized. To me, it kind of feels a little bit like double dipping. So that's part of why I've never done it. And number two, there's enough rules to adhere to unmonetized. I don't want to deal with all the other stuff. I just don't want to mess with it. Hey, Diana. So, I have a lot of different thoughts on that, but that's kind of where I am there. So for me, it was never really about, I don't have like a subscriber goal like a lot of people do, because what is monetize? Monetize is people who make money from streaming on YouTube. Hey, so Ferocious Beard Company, you guys, he does a lot of beard care products. Hey, Pamela. So I met him hanging out over at StreamYard. StreamYard has a YouTube channel, and if you want to learn anything YouTube, they have totally got it covered. They do tons of stuff. Oh my gosh, Diana, don't be scared. You've got the CC market that we started. That is still going. And Jody, I think, is handling all the scheduling and stuff now. She's fantastic. And I'm not opposed to, I don't know. I'm looking at the schedule and I'm thinking about maybe, like people's first time, have them come on and, help you guys get your feet wet, see what it's like, all of that. And then if you want to go over and hang out at the market, or you can start at the market. I mean, the girls are really doing a good job over there. It's pretty fabulous. But so back to like the subscriber thing. For me, it's just, I mean, I've been here 3 years, but I don't put work into growing the channel really. So that's like the one question I can't answer you guys. I can, however, get together a list of links to different YouTube channels where that's what they specialize in. So if you guys want that, I could do that for you for sure. By the number of subscribers and the views and all of it. Right, Carol. Yep. And I mean, hey, Christina, you've got to have a pretty, but see, then like a lot of them do like merchandising, like brand merchandise. They do brand reviews, things like that. Oh, you're fine. Do me a favor. Type in your first name because I can never remember your first name. That makes sense, Debbie. That absolutely makes sense. Yep. I get it. And see, everybody has a different reason for wanting to do it. For me, I started out doing this, the live sales, just as a D-stash. Nate, I was not even close. I was thinking Brad. See, not even close. So, and it just kind of happened. But I was traveling at the time and doing the vintage market. So I would travel and be gone for a weekend. And I was gone like 3 weekends out of the month, really, sometimes 4, depending on where I was. But I loved it, like absolutely loved it. Then, things changed here at home with my father-in-law, moving in and things like that. So having already started doing a little bit of it while I was on the road, because I mean, you girls that have been around a long time, like I would take you guys on the road with me and we'd just have a sale. Like if I was at the hotel or if I was in Texas at Round Top or wherever, I would just set it up and we would just do a live sale and I'd ship from wherever I was. So then when things changed and I needed to be home, it was just a super easy transition for me. I just was really fortunate in that situation. You need to detach a few things. See? And that's how it started for me. Hey, Christy, welcome. Getting the watch hours is a huge, but see now, okay, I've heard that. For me, it wasn't that hard. But when you think about it, if I'm on here for, say, I mean, back then we did, Maggie, don't you think we did really long sales though, back at the beginning? I feel like they were really long sales. And if people stayed for the whole thing, you would get like, the watch hours were easy. I had my watch hours, like, I bet you I had my watch hours 6 months before I had my 1,000 subscribers, because you had to have 1,000 subscribers. Then they've changed it to 500 now, I think. And I think they changed the community tab too, where you can use your community tab at 500 subscribers now too. Yeah. And see, like even, yeah, your watch hours are easy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Debbie, I remember that. You said you used to do craft shows, right? Markets and wholesale and craft. Yep. And then market fell out and I went back into handmade crafting. Yep. Yep. You may, I'm scrolling back up a little bit because I know I got chatty there for a minute and missed some stuff. I made a suggestion in the CCC market group. Here, I'll just highlight it. That I think we need some additional selling. Exactly. I absolutely agree. And see, Nate would be a good one for you guys to have in the market too. See, I think networking is key. I really do. I really do. I still am in contact with vendors from when I was traveling and doing all the shows. That's where a lot of the inventory that I get for you guys, that's where a lot of it comes from. Or they'll have a lead and they'll reach out to me and say, hey, somebody in your area has this. But see, like when you're traveling like that, in your area means like a 3-hour drive. That's kind of your area. So taxes, I knew that was going to come up. Taxes it's going to depend on how you want to handle it. The IRS is changing the rules. They are, because there's too many people that were using friends and family and all these other platforms to exchange money back and forth and being able to claim it as not business income. So, that's kind of the thing. All it takes is one bad apple and it ruins it for everybody. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I mean, very simplified, but it's kind of like that. So you can do your taxes a couple different ways. Just, if you don't already do your own taxes and you have them done, you take them somewhere and have them done, talk to whoever prepares your taxes. I mean, it's kind of that time of year anyway. So just talk to them and see what they suggest. There you go, Shauna. Exactly, right? I agree. Yep. Yeah, Jody's on the road. She's traveling. She messaged me earlier. Beth, do you have the link? Hey, Mitzi. Oh my gosh, Mitzi, I'm so sorry your invoice was late. I sent it to the wrong Mitzi. And she messaged me and told me I didn't shop with you. So I had to cancel hers and go put yours together. Sorry about that. There you go. And deduct all your business expenses. I mean, all of them. Hey, Lori. And if you're running business out of your home, there's a lot that you wouldn't think of that is deductible. And if your tax people are on the ball, they won't let you miss any of them. So, I don't know. I don't think it's that hard, but I don't do my taxes. I just save all my stuff. I print out my reports. I take it and I say, here, let me know when you're ready for me to sign it. And I sign it and that's that. That's what I do. Because I've only got, so much space up here. I've only got so much space up there. I don't want it to be all jammed up with tax stuff. I mean, kudos and props to people who do their own, but not this girl. Okay, Beth. Pam, do you know who's hosting it this month? Do you guys have it set up yet? But I've had a lot of practice, Cindy, and I'm that way by nature. So for me, that's my comfort zone. I don't like things. I don't like chaos, not that kind of chaos. It just drives me nuts. It'll send me right over the edge. So, and I'm not really OCD except about like that. And before Beth corrects me or throws me under a bus, you guys should know she's my sister-in-law, so she knows me pretty well. Nice. Thanks, Beth. You're awesome. So, yeah, right. So let's see here. I don't actually deduct anything from home like partial internet, room, etc. because I got a new MacBook Pro for business and all my purchases I put on one debit card to keep it all connected. There you go. Yep, I agree. I try really hard to be that way, but I don't always make it with the one card situation. So all the receipts, all of them, all of them, all of them, for sure. Yep. And see, like Christina, yep. Like it's no joke. You got to, it's not like they're going to send you to jail right away, but we knew what you meant. We're pretty good. We fill in the blanks because we all get to, because we're women, we like to talk, so we type fast. So we always have typos. So we're all pretty good at that. Well, Jean, the first step, I don't know. It depends on where, because see, like, that's a hard one. I was sitting here trying to do an outline of, if you were going to do this as like a teachable course or something like that, you would start with, okay, so you have to name your business. Most of you are probably past that point. So it's like, all right, that's why I was just decided today, I was just going to come on and just be real generic, super generic, see what your guys' questions are, see what your comments are. And then I'm going to come back through the chat and actually read and catch everything I missed. And I'm going to take notes from the chat. And because I would like to come on every Thursday and do this, because if some of you are thinking about it, if some of you are already doing it, if you just need a support system, any of that kind of stuff, everybody has bad days. I have days when I just want to go stand outside and just howl, hey, Kim, it's not always sunshine and roses, and it can be any number of things. And, you kind of have to know, hey, I want to think how I want to say that. I wish I had thought about it earlier and had a goal for where I wanted to go. Do you know what I mean? Like what's my end goal for this? And Beth is probably going to sit over there and laugh. That's just, like success. So how do you guys define success? Because I think it's different for everyone. I don't think there's any one, like there's a dictionary definition, but I'm not so sure that I think that actually fits my thoughts or my perception of my own self-success. Yes, and always ship to Canada. Thanks for coming, Pam. How much can actually be made? I need to know this before I mess up my untenable income I have now. See, and I think it's unlimited, but it depends on your inventory, and it's going to depend on your commitment. If you're 100% committed to it, I think it's unlimited. I think you have unlimited potential. That's me. I could do so much more than what I'm doing now. I could put effort into promoting. I could be on Instagram. I could be on Pinterest. I could be doing all of the things to increase my channel and have a larger audience. A huge audience. Like I watch some live sales. They've got hundreds of people. That would stress me out. Like no joke. It would totally stress me out because my model is different than theirs. Do you know what I mean? So they're doing a lot of very vintage, not one of a kind, but one of items. There you go. You guys keep chatting over there. Kim, I could totally see, and we could make that. And I brought a notepad, guys. Where to find inventory. That is something we could totally cover. Where to find, because there's so many options. Because if you think about it, my father-in-law came here 2 years ago. I have to be here. And if I'm not here, one of the girls has to be. So I still have inventory, but I'm having it, a lot of it is delivered, or a lot of it I'll purchase and then we make a trip out on Saturdays and pick it all up. So I have to plan my runs. You know what I mean? But yes, we absolutely can discuss that. But see, like my model, not motto, model, it's always been really important to me is it doesn't matter to me. And don't read into this, you guys. I mean this on the very basic level. People who show up and are there in chat, that is still support to me. And it means as much to me as somebody who comes in and spends $1 million. Do you know does that make sense? People's time is something. That's a commitment. It's still something. And so it's like what people spend has never made someone more or less special, is for me. And I'm looking at the inventory in there and it's triggering thoughts. Like now my brain is going faster than my mouth can keep up. And I always wanted to be able to bring, like the ledgers that we just did, right? There was 90 some ledgers. That made me so happy because I knew I could get those out to so many of you. It wasn't going to be just 4 people that got them. Or does that make sense? I like when I have a lot of something and everybody can get one, or the majority of people can get one. Because I know what it's like to go to the sale and not be able to get in because of lag or because of the price of it or whatever. It's just, that's always just been something for me. But that works for me. Somebody else, that's not going to work for, because they don't genuinely feel that way, because they don't want to have 30 of something. They want to have 2 and they want to sell them. And that's not a wrong thing either. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, you have to be true to you. You have to, and you can't be afraid to try it. It's like, you guys list in the chat, how many people do you know that are having sales? And everybody does it different. And we may, like I can think of several where we may overlap and do some of the same things or similar things, but then we all still do totally different. And everybody's bringing their own personality to it. It is what it is. You have to figure out who you are, who you want to be, who your target audience is. To me, those are the key things. But if you don't know what you want your inventory to be, and you don't know who you're going to market them to, then you're kind of stuck in quicksand. Right. And everybody should have their own style. They absolutely should. Absolutely. You like the group and sometimes just listen for the company. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do that. I'm not a huge participator in chats. I'm not. So, I mean, like right now, I can see there's 50 people watching. I don't think there's 50 people in the chat, but there's 50 people watching. That doesn't bother me, because I'm that person that's watching and probably not participating because I'm doing other things while I'm listening. So that's cool. And see, I think that's why when I come on it, I think it's why I feel driven to also talk a lot. and I'm naturally a talker. So there's that. I know you're watching, Sherry. So it's your happy place. It's my happy place too. Look at Maggie, man. I knew she couldn't resist that one. Yes, you are. Hey, Lisa. See? So I already opened this package and I stopped at a certain point because I decided since I'm going to do this, I'm going to share a pet peeve with you guys. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus because I remembered nothing negative, no names attached to anything negative, right? Right, Kim? We love all the people. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, you do. So this package came. Where's my camera? There it is. So this package came, right? And I was so excited. Hey, Kathy Berg, to get this package. So I started opening it, and then this is what I pull out. This is my pet peeve. I'm going to stand up now. This really is my pet peeve because, like it or not, USPS is a business. So when you take the free packaging and you package it this way so that you can send it first class instead of priority, you've now stolen that. I won't shop with this person again. That's me. Because, and Maggie will tell you, I have griped about this. I can go off the rails so quick on this topic. It just infuriates me. You don't get to complain about the shipping prices and then do something like this. That's why now, if you grab one of the flat rate priority boxes, that's why they all have the priority mail stamped on the inside of it, is because people used to cut those and turn them inside out and still shipping them. So it's like, it just makes me nuts. It really, really does. So this is somebody I can't shop with again. So there's that. And I mean, I run into it all the time. And another big one is when they take the flat rate padded envelopes and use those as their bubble wrap. Makes me crazy. That's not what it's for. All of these things have UPC codes on them. They know where they are. They know how many they made. They know how many they put out in the world, and they know how many are being used appropriately. The loss has to go somewhere. They pass it on to all of us. I have to pay it. I have to charge you for it. Hey, Kat, it's the way it is. So, exactly. They're not getting them for free. Exactly. So, yeah, if you ever want to get me going, send me free postal stuff used inappropriately. In private, all the vocabulary comes out. All of it. Am I going to let this person know that? Probably, but privately, because she's an Etsy seller and I'm not that person. I can't do it publicly. Did I get any other mail today? Just wondering. I don't know if we got the oh, no, it's at the post office. We didn't go to the post office today. Exactly, Cheryl. They have to pay for the supplies too. And see, to me, that's just one of those things. Are you going to do it right or are you going to cheat? To me, that's cheating. I'm not perfect. I make my mistakes. Probably every time I turn on the camera, I'm like, so-and-so, I messed up this, or so-and-so, I messed up that, or I forgot to do this, or I'm behind on that. But I'm not trying to be like shady about it. I just come on and tell you guys. I mean, I'm human. I make mistakes, It is what it is. I come on, I tell you guys, and you either hold my feet to the fire or you say, Patty, it's okay. We're okay. It's one or the other. But I don't like that kind of stuff because it makes me wonder, what else are they, you know what I mean? Not doing right. So I don't know. And maybe I overthink it, but that's me. Yeah, exactly. They won't be free. Exactly, Christy. Exactly. Thank you for that, because that was on my notes. Yeah. Like that one even deserves going up on the screen. There we go. Yeah, right? Agreed. It surprises me too. But, I mean, and UPS has free supplies. Like, I haven't quite figured out their ordering thing. I thought I was ordering just regular UPS boxes and they came and they're all express. I don't do UPS Express. That's really expensive. And I don't think any of you really want to pay for that. So now I have to figure out some place to take those and give them back to them. But because I don't want the express boxes, I thought I was just getting regular UPS boxes. Well, I would love to say that's the case, but she's had enough sales. She totally knows better. Totally knows better. And it's not just Etsy sellers. I don't even want to throw Etsy sellers under the bus. I've shopped from online stores that do the same thing. They'll separate things into the into these flat rate cardboard folders and then stick them in a brown cardboard box and send them all that way. And I don't shop with them anymore, which makes me really sad because one of them was one of my favorite places to go to for rice paper. So I don't shop there anymore. So, it just depends. Yep. So, how many of you that are in the chat right now sell on some sort of platform? I want to see how many of you use different shipping platforms. Yeah, and I've already been sourcing other suppliers for shipping product because I'm kind of waiting for them to take away the free supplies. Okay, so let's see here. We have Glynis and Nate and Debbie and Lisa and Beth. Oops. Ooh, I almost put you in timeout, Beth. Sorry. Christine S. Christina does. And Kat has. Okay, so Kat, we're going to put you in there. Hey, Debbie. Or Deb. Deb does in her Etsy. Yep, she's got an Etsy. Christy does in her Etsy. Very nice. Hey, Andre. Yeah, see, and that's just it. See how you instinctively, like, I would never do that. Agreed. Absolutely agree. So, you girls, who, oh, and Kim, I forgot. Kim, why didn't I click yours? Okay. So, what shipping platform do you guys use? I want to know on Shopify. I'm so confused by Shopify. So confused. I don't get it at all. I don't understand, but I've never really looked at it either, but I see you, Kim. I got you. I want to leave those starred so I can keep a list. I'm going to come back and grab those names later and put them in a list. Oh, very nice, Kat. Very nice. Her sister was, so Christina uses Shopify, Deb uses USPS, Cheryl uses Pirate Ship, Beth uses USPS and UPS. Yeah, Christine S doesn't have a lot of choices. Kim uses PayPal. Let's see, let's turn that off before I lose it. Debbie Ham uses Pirate Ship. Glynis doesn't have many choices. She's another one in Canada. So that's what I was going to ask is how many of you use Pirate Ship? You use Shippo. I don't think I've heard of, are they new? USPS through Etsy. Andre, you sell too. Nice. I don't think I got you in the starred list up there. I got you now though. Cool. I like Pirate Ship. I resisted it for a long time because, I tell you guys, I'm a little bit of a control freak, right? Like, so I used to handwrite every single label because I wanted to do it. Now, If I tried to print hand write every single label now, I would spend a whole day writing labels, like literally a whole day. So some things have to give, right? But I knew what you meant, Beth. I know you use Pirate Ship. So Pirate Ship is really easy, and it takes a minute to figure it out. But once you figure it out, it's great. And they do let you use, so like if you do anything that is media mail approved, they allow media mail, so they have that option in there. They now accommodate UPS, which is incredibly cool. And so you type in all the information, and then you click the get rates, and it'll pull it up for you. And then you can, there's another drop down box you can click into, and it shows you all the rates available to you. So the one it picks isn't always the best option, which is really nice. Yes, they are. For sure they are. Yeah, most assuredly. Interesting. How do I not know about that? Shippo. And Deb likes printing her labels. See, I can print my labels right from Pirate Ship. And you can batch print. So like I can pack all day long, which is like I've been, and you put in, it saves the address and it saves the email. So everything is right in there. Wow. Yeah, and it's normal for them to open them, and they've been opening them more because people are cheating and using media mail when they shouldn't. So that's going to happen more and more. But that's also why I don't just send them out in poly bags, because they're not kind to media mail. I learned that very, very early on. If I send it in a poly bag, it's wrapped in bubble wrap inside of that. So if you ever get a package from me and it's in a poly bag, there's either going to be a cardboard box inside of that, or it's going to be wrapped in bubble wrap inside the poly. Unless it's flat. If it's flat, then I use like a cardboard mailer or things like that. But I don't ever send anything out of here in a way that I don't want to get it. For sure. Oh, thanks, Beth. You were going to ship some thread to a friend. Ship some thread to a friend in Australia. They are only accepting express mail. It was good. Yeah, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, right now I'm super grateful that the only international shipping I'm doing is to Canada, and we haven't had any problems. So, what is media mail? Media mail, media mail is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's for books, educational materials. If it's educational, you can send, somebody help me, because a lot of it I don't use. I just use it for the books. So, all my books, if you like, Cindy, if you had just an order that was just books, I'm probably going to send it to you media mail. And media mail is another good part of it is, it's weight based. It's not destination based. So Lisa Jameson only lives a couple hours away from me. So I'll use her for an example. If it's a 12-pound package of books, it's going to cost me the exact same. Christine, aren't you in California? Or am I wrong? I'm thinking Christine's in California. But I can send it to Lisa for the exact same price that I can send it to Christine in California. Well, I said that backwards. But it's going to cost me the same amount, whether it's going 2 hours away from me or all the way to California, because it's weight based. It is not destination based. I thought so, Christine. Whew. As many packages as I've sent you, I should know, right? Hey, Jody D. There's other educational stuff, though, Jody. My queen of Google, do you have access to Google at the moment? There we go. Tina's got it. Movies, CDs, DVDs. Yes. Yep. And there's other things that fall into it. But yeah, you can send like thumb drives. You can send thumb drives, media mail, stuff like that. So even if you're sending stuff to family, look into it. And it does take longer. That being said, it does take longer. But recently, it hasn't been bad. Like on average, it's maybe 2 or 3 days longer than, priority. But like for some of you girls on the West Coast, if I had to send you everything, I don't know, like say a 12-pound, we'll go with that 12-pound box again. It's going to have to go in either a medium flat rate or a large, because for me to send you a 12-pound box through USPS is going to be expensive. UPS is not so bad. I've been using UPS a lot for people farther away. Yeah, no magazine because there's ads. Yep, and no comic books. Yep. Perfect, Tina. I'm so glad you're here. As long as it's learning. Yep. Yep. Which, I mean, I like when there's defined rules, because I can figure out how to make the rules work for me, or I can figure out how to work inside of the rules. I don't have to break the rules. I just need to know what they are. And that's like, I was going to bring stuff up here. So the poly bags, you can put a box inside of a poly bag. If you want something in a box and you want it in a, because in pirate, and I'm talking pirate ship right now. If you put it in a poly bag, it's cheaper than sending it as a box. So always kind of consider that too. But you have to measure the bag. If you leave the bag full size, you have to measure the length and the width of the bag. If you're sending a box, you measure the length, the width, and the height, because they need the cubic inches. So, there's that. And then what else was I going to say about shipping? I knew I should have brought all the props. I would have remembered. UPS makes a big difference. Oh, regional rate mail. That's what I was going to talk about. There's regional rate A and regional rate B. And A, it's kind of like the medium and large flat rate boxes. So A is smaller, B is larger, and they come in the shirt box shape or the cubes. And those are usually like a state or two around you for sure. And then as you move out, it gets a little bit pricier, but definitely is an affordable priority option before the flat rate box. But again, it's weight and destination based. So that just takes practice to figure those out. There is a lot to learn. Hey, Mayor. Oh, absolutely, Christy. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of it. If you guys ask a question and I don't have the answer, I'm hoping somebody else in chat does, or I'm going to make a note and I'm going to go find the answer and I'll bring it to you next week. So that's how that's going to work. Because I want to do this every week, because it's not like I know everything. There's plenty for me to learn too. And everybody has little tips and tricks and, things they do to just make life easier. I'm totally game for learning that all the time. So don't ever think that like this is teacher mode or something like this. This is conversation. I want us all to learn together. So let's see here. Let me go back up and find that. So there we go. There's Beth. Oops, I should probably show them in sequential order the way she posted them. Books at least 8 pages. There we go. So there's that one. And then there's the other part of that. And then I'm going to come down here and find Christy's question again. Where did it go? Yes, I have 2 scales. I have a 10-pound USPS scale, so it only weighs up to 10 pounds. And then my other scale is a really cheap $25 scale from Walmart. It's a bathroom scale because I went looking for like a postal digital scale and they didn't have one. So I went the next best because I had to have it then. I was determined I was leaving that store with a scale. So I bought a bathroom scale and it does ounces. So that's what I use. And it just sits on my table and yeah. Yeah, don't worry about having the right scale. As long as it does pounds and ounces and it's accurate. And this one, the Walmart one I got, I just weighed up a couple packages and wrote the weight right on the package and then took it up to my post office and had them weigh it. And it was dead on. So I just go with it. Yeah, from Sam's Club for $30, right, Nate? Exactly. Yeah, I don't feel like there is a definitive right or wrong scale to use. I really don't. As long as it's accurate, go for it. Random info for anyone wanting to purchase an antique book press like Patty. Ooh, what do you got? Comes in just under max weight for USPS, shipping around $80. Nice. Is this one you're selling, Kat? I love a book press. Not going to lie. I think they're pretty fantastic. If you use, they will charge your card for any. Yes. Yep. And if you come in a little bit under, yeah, with postage due. And that's the nice thing about Pirate Ship. Your customer won't get that. Because I've had a couple that I just put it in wrong or whatever, and they just charge you the $1 or $2 or whatever you messed up. They don't charge it to your customer. They charge it to me so that my customer never sees that. Ah, nice, Kat. Nice. See, we always do heavy stuff UPS. I don't know if UPS has a weight limit, do they? Nice. To the next ounce. Yep. So it won't get returned. Good point, Nate. There you go. There you go. Nate, what nights are you on? Can you post it in there? He just has a fun chat. If you guys are looking for something to do on the nights he's on, he's just got a fun chat to hang out in. And his audience is really friendly too. You guys would have a good time over there. 70 pounds. Cool, Debbie Ham. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. You got their package, COD. Postmaster forgot to. Yeah. Whoopsie. They didn't forget to charge you, did they? Right? Tuesdays and Fridays. Very nice. Oh, wait. I have this really cool thing. Beth, she's got the wrench. Can you click on Nate's channel and post the link in for me? I still don't know how to copy and paste on the iPad. Otherwise, I would go do it and not ask. See all the fidgeting I do, you guys? Thank you, Louise. You're awesome. This is what you guys don't normally see. This is what I do when the camera's on the table. Nice. Look at you. She's such a multitasker, you guys. Maggie got it too. Look at you guys. Nate, you're there. You're all there. Yeah, Debbie, I'm like iPad illiterate, I tell you. Hey, Penny P. No, you're not confused. Today I'm just chatting about live sales, about hosting them, having them. You said, Patty, let's see here. You said you won't do business with someone because of the way they ship in unauthorized material. What do you lose or gain by not doing so? It's just my standard. That's all. I don't gain anything, and I probably lose the items that I refuse to purchase from them, but I find them somewhere else. I feel like my dollars are mine to spend where I choose to. And I'm going to support people that I feel are not gaming the system. And when you are using free product from the post office inappropriately, then you're causing me to have to pay more and therefore my clients. And I can choose to support that or not. Right, Shauna. It's the principle of it. Exactly. But I'm also the girl that won't use self checkout because that's somebody's job. I will not use self checkout, which is why sometimes Mr. Lang and I don't go shopping together because he knows I won't do it. And he doesn't want to stand in line for 45 minutes to pay for one thing. And I will. But, that's just me. So there's that, right? Yeah, see? So agreed. Yeah, and it's, if people want to see it as judgment, whatever. Right? Yes, Cindy, agreed. But, if that's how they're making the living and people are giving it to them, whatever. I reckon whatever. I don't understand it. Yeah, and I don't know, it's people's own comfort zone, not comfort zone, maybe comfort zone. I don't know. Because it, okay, let's face it. I'm pretty strong-willed and I'm pretty bullheaded. So once I decide that that's how I feel about something and this is what I am going to do or what I'm not going to do, I don't waver too much from that. I commit to it. Not everybody is like that. I have a couple of daughters that they would never. Do you know what I mean? They just won't. They're the go with the flow. They don't want to create a ripple. I'm not afraid to create a ripple. I don't care. I'll create waves, whatever. So I get it. And I'm not asking anybody to do what I'm doing. I'm just saying, please don't do it. Right, Cindy? I didn't know you were a police officer. How did I not know that? That's awesome. That's awesome. Penny, we've just kind of been all over the board today. Like, I wanted to know how many of the girls sell on whatever platform and things like that. Yeah, I don't have much of a filter either. I really don't. I can say what I want to say nicely unless I'm angry. If you've come at me personally and, or my kids, then I'm not so nice. But, most of the time you can speak nicely and you don't have to, curse and all of that stuff. Use your vocabulary. We're just talking about live sales, Mayor. Yeah, okay, Christine. Sure. Ah, exactly, Glynis. And that's me. That is exactly me. I will go to the grocery store and buy you a gallon of milk, a loaf of bread, and a dozen eggs. Absolutely. All day, every day. Sure will. Packaging, not shipping, but more presentation. Where do you get that inspiration? Packaging, not shipping. Where do I get that inspiration? Nobody's ever asked me that before. I've never had to think about that. Ever. So give me just a minute to think about an answer for that one. Oh, I agree completely, Christine. Absolutely. I think it all started, like, I'm going to have to reach back a little bit. It all started with Christmas packaging or like birthday packages, especially wedding ones. I love to make, when I realized if you make packaging pretty, you could put paper clips in it and they love it because you've built up not an expectation, but sort of, or you've set a tone, or that saying presentation is everything. That's not a joke. Like, it really does have value. So once I understood that just from a gift giving thing, and then like traveling and setting up at markets, and I mean, I had booths at a couple different antique stores and stuff like that. Presentation really does matter. So it's kind of like, it's been a learning process, I think. I don't think I have just a simple answer for that. You're the only one at work to disagree with the warden, so I'm not allowed at meetings. See, Deb, I would have to sit on the bench right by you. Right by you. See, Cheryl, she grew up with 4 brothers. Yep. I'm the oldest, and I was my father's son. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I get along with women, but all my life, like, friends were more men than women. Now, the older I'm getting, it's kind of coming back the other way. You guys are so funny. So how do you guys get your inspiration? They must obey you. I just switched from coffee to water. Did you guys see that? Yeah, that's my girls too. Yeah, please don't. More the boys than the girls, but yeah, please don't. Please don't. I promise I'll do it. So, right? So my thoughts were, originally when I started thinking about this, I was going to be on for an hour to an hour and a half. So we are currently right at an hour. So if you guys have sale related things that you want to discuss, I will stay for a little bit longer. Otherwise, I'm going to let you guys go. Well, I do have one question though. Yeah, the scout leader thing. That's fun, right? I have 2 questions. I just totally lied to you. I have 2 questions. And sometimes Pinterest. Yep. Yep. If you guys saw my Pinterest boards, they're crazy. I have all kinds of goofy stuff on there. But I'm the one, I like to look at what somebody has and then go do my own way. Or like, I'll see this picture with like 20 things in it and one thing sparks my interest or sends me down a rabbit trail. So, all right, question number 1. What was it? Oh, do you guys want to do this every week? Thursdays at 4. First and foremost. And I figure it's going to take us a little bit of time to figure out, a little bit of a routine or a pattern with questions and topics and things like that. And they're going to overlap or repeat because everybody's going to be in a different process. And those of you that said, you might want to sell, or you're thinking about it, or you're interested in it, don't give up on that. Keep coming back. And if you really want to give it a try, let us know you really want to give it a try. Look at Penny. I don't know, but sure. Oh my gosh. Think of something for me for dinner too. a Pinterest 101 class. Oh my gosh, Beth, click the pictures and start a board. There you go, 101. Oh, that would work, Kim. That would work. If you think of things during the week in between, absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool, Cheryl. I see, the more the merrier, like for real, the more the merrier. I mean, it's easy to say that, but the more the merrier. Everybody has different stuff. Very nice. Very nice. Who asked about inventory sources? I am going to get together a list and links, and we'll because now that I know that we're going to do that next week for sure. We'll start with that one. And I'll be able to do some screen sharing and show you guys some fun places to look. Yeah, different stuff, different taste. Cool, Kim. All right, cool. I forgot to put your name by it because I want to make sure. Kim South. Gotcha. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, next question. Since you guys are here, you get to vote. Do you guys want to sail tonight, or do you just want to hang out? Hey, Christelle. Inventory sources too. Cool. Yep, I'm going to do it live because I want to do this every Thursday at 4. I'm already on Thursday. It's not like I'm breaking up my week or taking time out of a day. On Thursdays, this is just kind of like, I don't want to say wasted time, but it's like I can't really get into anything because I have to be done and, be ready and all of that kind of stuff for the sales and stuff. So this is actually a really good time for this. And if it runs a little bit long, it's not that big a deal. How do you find out if there's interest in your product, and how do you price things? So to find out if there is interest, you have to, like, the easiest way. You guys have seen me bring, like, those slides. Okay, those photo slides. Perfect example, right? And I happen to be looking at them. I knew I liked them. Hey, Terry Kessler, could you do me a huge favor and send me an email? I'm going to type it in. I am positive that I saw an email from you, but I cannot find it. So if you could shoot me an email again, I will type it in for you so that you can copy and paste it. If I can spell correctly. I know you did, honey. I am positive I saw it, and now I can't find it. I absolutely can't find it. So I don't know if I deleted it by mistake because I was cleaning it up. I don't know. But if you could please just shoot me a quick, this is me. All I need is your email address. And as long as you're in the States, I'm not going to stress out over it. If you'll just send me, perfect. Thank you, dear. I know I saw it. I know I saw it. That's totally my goof up. So back to Kathy's question. I should have clicked it. There we go. So to find out if there's interest, and I was talking about the slides, I knew that I liked them, but I wasn't 100% confident that the majority of ladies would like them. So I just had to bring them and put them on the table. But here's the thing. I'm totally not kidding when I tell you guys, I don't buy any inventory that I'm not willing to own. So if I don't want to own it, I'm not buying it for you guys. And that may not work for everybody, but that's what works for me, because then I'm not pressured to sell it either, because I already know I'm perfectly willing to keep it. Buttons, Patty, buttons. I know. And then the other part of that question was, darn, I lost it. And how do I price things? Pricing is tricky. Like, there's so many people that stick to a very strict pricing formula. I shoot for double my investment or third. And they say you're supposed to go forth, like, so say I want to sell this pen. I paid $1 for it. Most formulas will tell you to 4 times it. Well, retail will tell you to 4 times it. I can't do that. But see, again, for me, that's kind of multi-layered, because you also have to know your target audience. And please don't anybody be offended by this, okay? But you have to stop and think about it to a certain degree. And I learned this through the markets. And Beth will let you know, this part is really hard for me to admit out loud, because I hated having to admit it, because I am a bargain shopper. Like, when I tell you guys I'm chronically cheap, I'm totally not kidding. So I hated having to price my things at a higher price point competitively with other vendors. So if I got this for a nickel, I wanted to be able to sell it to you for a quarter. Just because 3 booths down, she has the exact same thing and they're selling for $5 and they're selling like hotcakes. Why do I have to sell mine for $5 if I really only have to sell it for a quarter to make my money back? To make my profit, why do I have to do that? There is a certain logic that goes along with that. Some things people don't want. There's a value perception, I guess, is where I'm trying to go. That light bulb just came on. There's a value perception also attached to a price. So that's why I say it's really important to know your target audience. If you guys notice, when I'm selling, I'm not the girl that's going to put something on the table, and if nobody wants it, I'm not going to say, well, then let's do it, let's take $5 off and see if somebody still wants it. I don't have to do that, because 2 things. I already know I'm willing to own it, because I paid what I was willing to own it for. Do you know what I mean? By my being willing to own it, I can invest in it what I choose to. And I'm aware of what your guys' price points are, because all of you are my target audience. Several ranges and budgets, but you're still my target audience. Does that make sense? So I'm not stressed out or pushed into having to sell it, because I'm perfectly okay still owning it. Number 2, if it's worth $25 to me today, it's going to be worth $25 to me next month. Does that make sense? When I have a sale, I want to have like a legit sale. And it's always like leftover stuff or things that I forgot about, or I got a whole huge box of something and I can divvy it out. Super reasonable. That's when I like to have sales, like discounted prices, because I feel like I'm honestly giving you guys better value. I'm bringing my price point down. I don't want to. Thanks, Penny. Do people buy at sales just to resell the product? Some people do, but see, that again, that's a whole. I'm going to grab a book just for an example. So if I'm also, again, know your target audience, right? So I don't mind being the middle guy. Like, I go out, I find it, I go out and I source it, right? I find it, I bring it. Say Shauna, I'm just going to pull you out of the chat because I see your name. So say Shauna is looking to build a kit and she wants old paper from the mid 1800s written in German. This book, right? I'm going to price this book. Either we're going to do an offer up on it or I'm going to flat price it and I'm going to bring it. Once it's hers, I no longer am concerned or entitled to be concerned what she does or doesn't do with it. If she wants to take it apart and make kits out of it, I got what I needed out of it. It's no longer up to me. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I say things like, I can't be the one to take it apart. I think it would be fabulous if somebody does, but that won't be me. I don't mind being the middle guy for people who want bulk of things to then turn around and divvy out into other stuff, long story short. But see, I look at Lisa Smith for stuff. Lisa Smith, for any of you looking for things like that, she finds amazing things in bulk. She finds stuff that I will probably never find. Never. But if you guys are ever looking for certain things, especially smaller things, reach out to her because she's got an amazing inventory. And she's out there on the East Coast. She's got access to all kinds of stuff. What about something like junk journals, which is all over the place? Well, putting one up for auction and let the buyers determine the price. See, okay. All right, I'm trying to think because I want to be completely transparent and honest here. If Kathy, if you made, Debbie, I see your comment too, Deb's Craft Room. I'm going to star yours so I come back to it. And if I missed any comments, you guys, just if you'll just put them in or tell me to scroll up because I missed something you want me to address, let me know. So back to Kathy's. So I'm going to give you advice on how to sell your book, your journal. But when it comes to selling my own, I'm not going to follow my own advice. I'll tell you that right now. I have a hard time pricing my own work. I really, really struggle with it. I would rather put $1 on it and let it go. And it's not because we all have different egos, right? And everybody has a different threshold of what hurts their feelings and what doesn't. I don't get my feelings hurt if somebody doesn't want it. And my ego is not damaged if it doesn't go for a lot of money. I make things because I enjoy the making. So I don't have usually a certain perceived value for my work. But that's entirely different than, say, the DIY journals, because I know what I paid for the book. So I know what I have in the cover. Because usually whatever I paid for the book is my cost per cover. Then I have all the papers or the books I've taken apart to make the pages to put back into those DIY journals. So those I have a value. Those are easy for me to price. I have time in those, but they're not creative, making a whole journal. Do you know what I mean? I'm just assembling or gathering. I'm the gatherer. And I like that part too. So those are easy to price. But if I sit down and I make a whole journal, I don't know how I should price them. And it makes me very uncomfortable. So it's for me, I do them as an offer up, and whatever they go for, they go for. If they go for $5, cool beans. If they go for $100, I'm flustered because I don't probably see the value. Does that make sense? But I'm going to tell you how much time did you put in it? How much did your supplies cost you? And then there's a formula, and then you take that formula and that's how you price your item. And I'm going to tell you, you have to know how many hours you put into it and what are you charging per hour for your time? What did it cost you for your supplies? All your supplies. And then you add those two things together, and at the minimum, you do it. And I was just researching some of this to see what the current numbers are. And some people are doing 1.5, but almost everybody is doing ×2. Exactly, Nate, right? And it is. And you have to figure out, again, you have to know who your target audience is, because that makes a difference also. Thanks, Beth. Have fun. What happened, Debbie? Did it disappear? No, I got you. It's there. I see it. It's right there. Yours is still there, silly girl. So does that help you, Kathy, or did I just make it worse? So she says, I check prices on Etsy and mine might be a little cheaper and you get more. I'm already in profit from previous sales on that item. And if that works for you, that works for you. Does that make sense? But there's also such a thing, see in this, and I'm going to bring this up, but we don't have to go deep into it. This can always be brought back up next time or in the future. But there's also competitive pricing is also very important on a whole other level, because if whose names are here? Christine and Shauna and Maggie and Penny and Diana. So if all those girls are making journals and they're relatively similar and they're pricing them at $100, then I'm going to scroll up and I'm just grabbing names, you guys. Don't anybody read into it. Then Nate and Beth and Deb and Kathy Berg, they come along and they're making more journals that are all very similar, comparable, and they decide they're going to sell theirs for $65. Will they sell theirs if they're all kind of targeting the same audience? Yeah, of course they will. But guess what you've done? Now you've kind of brought the market down. Instead of finding a nice average, a nice medium, what you're doing is you're actually tipping the whole market down. Does that make sense? You're devaluing instead of you being able to now increase. Because when you have somebody up here selling them for 100 and you have somebody down here selling them for 65, the top has to come down to here unless they stay up here and make fewer sales. Does that make sense? These people are now kind of pigeonholed and can't really come up because now you've got a new average and now you've got a new top. Does that kind of make sense? These two don't ever really kind of go like this. If you had 100 and you had 80, that's not such a discrepancy. These can kind of go like this a little bit, and it gives you room to come up as the new guy to meet that $100. But see, that's the biggest, I think, the biggest drawback to underpricing anything, whether it's sourced goods, handmade goods, anything. If it's priced too low, you've got nowhere to go. And if your costs start going up, then what do? You've got no room to invest more in the product to continue selling at approximately the same price, or just having to go up gradually. I mean, if I sold this book, okay, pretend this is a school reader, perfect example. I sell them for $7, right? We've done them for $7 for a really long time. Are they worth more than that? Some of them, yeah. Some of them are worth $20. I buy those at a price point where I know I'm selling them at $7. Do I always double my money? No. Sometimes I spend $5 on them. Sometimes I spend $6 on them. But it's something I've decided I want to do. I said I'm going to do it for as long as I can, and I'm going to stick to that. Sometimes I find them for $1. So to me, it all works out in the wash with the readers, in particular the readers. Do I know that they could sell for more? Yes. But I don't need to. Yeah, yep. Right, Kat? Yeah. And that's a perfect example. You know what I mean? And I feel like, it's cliche, but there's that price perception thing, that whole comment, you get what you pay for. That hasn't lasted this long for nothing. There's a reason that saying is still out there. So kind of keep that in mind. And that doesn't mean, go for the gold, or top out, but find a happy medium, a place to start. And then if you can raise your prices a little bit, then do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. If you guys go back and look, like, no joke, go back in my videos and look at the beginning. My channel, just the sale format, the quality of the stuff that I have now versus when I started, it's like night and day difference, which is why I'm always saying it's because of you guys. And that's not a joke. And that's not just fluff. It's because I'm reinvesting all the time into the inventory, and I'm able to get better and better and better inventory, which is why some prices stay the same, some go up. Recently with the ledgers, I mean, that was 90 ledgers. I got them for a phenomenal price, which is why I was able to bring them to you guys for a phenomenal price. Right. Exactly, Mayor. Exactly. And that makes a difference. There you go. Bingo, right there. Yep. And Kat and Shauna and Lorna. Yep. I bet. Yep. And, pay attention to people that you like between today and next week. You guys like really look at other sales, look at the Etsy shops, which ones do you go to most often and why? What is it about that store? Is it the product? Is it the pricing? Is it the customer service? Look at what you really admire. Look at the live sales. I mean, if you just type in live sale, there's a whole bunch of them that come up in YouTube. Watch them, even if they're old ones, watch them. See what you really like about it. See what you don't like about it. Oh, I really like this. Oh my gosh, she's so good at that. How can you take that concept or that technique and make it work for you? You don't want to be like, okay, so she always clicks this pen 3 times. You don't want to click it 3 times. I mean, you don't want to copy them, but get a similar pen and figure out how to make it work for you. I think that's probably one of the other key things is I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just me. Every time I turn this camera on, I come tripping in the door. I misspeak. All kinds of things. You guys know this is not all slick and professional around here. It is I am who I am. Dogs bark, people blow their nose. It's part of the gig. But that's how I started, and actually that's not true. When I started, I was very tense and I wanted it to be very perfect and very professional. I had to grow into this. I had to let myself be comfortable showing flaws and goofiness. Exactly, Kathy. See? Exactly. And I think that's why I got so comfortable, somewhere between lazy and comfortable. Thanks, Mayor. Hey, Linda, I want people here who want to be here. I don't want people here because they saw some slick commercial or something. Do you know what I mean? Word of mouth means way more to me. So like if names in the chat, Mayor, Deb, Maggie, Linda, if you guys like what you see, if you got something and you love it and you tell one other person and they show up, I'm okay with that. And they purchase something, they get it, they're thrilled with it, they tell another person and that person comes. I really prefer that. That's me, but I'm not trying to do 5,000 pens. Hey, Azinia, how are you? Oh, thank Terry C. You guys are awesome. These are the comments that absolutely make my day. These kinds of things right there. That, and honestly, these are Maggie's favorites too. Absolutely. This is what makes us happy because it keeps it fun. It's not like this part is the fun part. The after part, the sorting the orders, the inventory. I'm not lying to you guys. I hate inventory day. I absolutely dread inventory day, but it's because I'm stuck at the desk and I'm stuck with a keyboard. Or not inventory day, invoicing day. It's my least favorite thing to do is invoicing. Oh, thank you, Linda. That was sweet. I had to stop and read her comment. Thank you very much. Nice. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Invoicing is the worst. It really is. Hey, Kay Borland. Oh my gosh, but Kay, they were fun because I don't know. Everything that could go wrong did go well, that still happens though. Everything that could go wrong does go wrong. I don't know. I just think back and I'm like, oh my gosh. Do you remember I would be on the iPad? Maddie would be on the phone in Messenger, and I'd have to make sure it was up close so you guys could hear her and hear. Oh my gosh. And I know that's why I talk loud, is because with the iPad, you guys couldn't hear me. So we had to talk really loud. So I did that for so long. Now, as soon as I turn and my mic is literally right here. So I don't have to talk this loud, but it's habit. If I would get over myself and put an earbud in, I would talk at a more normal volume. And see, that's another thing I'm struggling with, is like, there's equipment. Like, depending on how you guys want to do things and what you want to do, there's all this stuff to figure out. Like, do you want a stream deck? Do you want one monitor or two monitors? What all do you need open? Do you want a laptop? Do you want a desktop? Do you need a device, a separate device so that you can have YouTube up and running so you can read that? Do you want to use your webcam mic that's like a mile and a half away, so now you have to yell again? Or do you want a mic? I feel like this is not me. Like, this is now like stepping into that whole, I think I'm going to be a podcaster sort of thing. I'm not a podcaster. It almost embarrasses me to have this. It's like almost braggy to me. Do you know what I mean? So I try to keep it out of frame. And that's why I struggle with where I'm standing most of the time, is I'm trying to get closer to the mic without you guys seeing the mic. So there's that. So, it's just trying to make it the best I can for you guys. And I don't know. It's like, when do you figure out that enough is enough, and how many upgrades do you need to do, and all of that kind of stuff? And I'm not the techie girl. So I get really frustrated really quickly. And that's no joke right there. No joke. You better have some really thick skin, because thank you, Debbie. I know I sound better, but it just feels obnoxious to me, like really obnoxious. I'm getting better. At least you can see it here. So, give me a while. Now that I've showed it to you guys, I'll get better, and eventually I'll have it out here. But I have to be careful with the camera during the sale too, because right now this would be in the middle of the screen. So I still have a little bit of tweaking to do on the desk, like where to put this thing. So, but like, I have it on, just so you guys can, I don't know, you guys can't see it. It won't come out enough. But I have it on a long arm that clamps to the table. I didn't want the desk one because it would always be in the way. So, I have to think about that too. So it just depends on how you're going to do it. Exactly. Very good, Nate. Yep. 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 Exactly. Very good point. And there's no shame in staying focused on your business. There's no shame in that at all. You know, um, I think it's key. Deb. ah, but see, Shauna, that's something too. Like, depending on the format that you sell on, do people need to like you to buy your products? And I'm not picking on you. It's just, I've been waiting for that comment somewhere, something similar. So like, this way, I am trying to build a community. We are a community, and you guys do happen to like me for whatever weird reason. Like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but whatever. I'm just kidding. But you guys like the stuff too. You know what I mean? So it works. If I didn't want to be personable and get to know you guys, I would be selling in Etsy. Well, I wouldn't because I don't like Etsy, but I would be selling in an online store instead of in person, you know? And I think it was really hard for me to get comfortable being face to face. And you guys know that. I've like, I was a nervous wreck right before I hit the live because I knew it was just me and I knew I was going to be face to face the whole time. I did do the whole butterfly thing. I'm not going to lie. Once I got going, it's okay. Um, I still have a hard time just looking there because I can't see the chat, but I'll get there. But I don't know. I totally lost track of where I was going. I totally interrupted myself. Oh my gosh. See, I make mistakes all the time, and you're all still here. Oh, that's what I was trying to get to. I can go into bartender mode. I loved bartending. Like, I absolutely loved it. I liked that I had my regulars that were there every Monday, every Tuesday, or every single day, and they tried to sit in the same place and they always drank the same thing. And, we had a restaurant, so I would serve meals. I got to know those people. And like when new people came in, if there was like seating was weird, you could seat people, next to ones that you thought that personalities might work or whatever. I feel like I can go into bartender mode. I don't have to take everything so seriously, and it's okay to be silly. So, it's like that. Right, Cindy? My Southern personality. I don't know. I like people. I do like people. Yes, there has to be some likability. Agreed, Kathy. Agreed. And you will find your tribe. Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Terry. That's sweet. That's very sweet. And don't ever forget, you guys, when you choose to shop somewhere, you're voting. You're doing so much more than just shopping, and especially like, some of these big online shopping facilities. I don't know. Do I really want to go there today? I'll save that. I'll save that. But just know that you're you're doing more than just shopping. Especially small mom and pop places. There's so much more. Hey, Rosie. True that, Nate. True that. And it's fun when it's your own business. And like for me, I'm at home and I'm here with my father-in-law, so that he doesn't have to be somewhere else, things like that. I get to set my own hours. I get to, like my boss is pretty cool. If I want a day off, I just have a conversation with her over coffee in the morning and she's like, "Girl, just come in at noon." It's like we have a pretty good relationship. But I mean, if I want to change my mind halfway through the day and go switch to a different task, I can, and nobody's mad. Nobody cares. There's something to be said for it. It's a lot. There's a lot of pros. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to say it's not a lot of work cuz it is. It's work. So, anywho, yep, exactly, Christina, exactly. So, anywho, since you guys want me to come back, Mags, are you good coming back on tonight? Well, back on. Are you okay coming on tonight? What do you guys want to shop for tonight? Since you're all still here, what do you guys want to shop for? Because I have nothing pulled because I didn't know if we were going to come back on tonight or just do this today and call it a day. Cool. Maggie's up for it. Maggie's game. Talking. Cat, you're so funny. This has been fun, you guys. Thank you very much. This has been really fun. I was really nervous. I was like, what if they don't even want to do this? I'm really excited to see. Well, Jody, you were out playing tonight, silly girl. Thank you, Debbie Howard. I try, but that's important to me too. Yeah, I don't do fake very good. Not very good at all. And I really don't do good with ultimatums. Whew, that always goes bad for somebody. Oh my gosh. Do you know how I had to learn how to spell Arkansas correctly? I had to pronounce it Arkansas. Had to. Can you guys tell I'm a little bit like hung up on the phonetics of things? Okay, well, you guys are welcome. It's fun. I want to do this every Thursday, and I think we'll do them at 4 o'clock. As long as that's working. If something comes up and we need to change it, then we'll figure out what would work for everybody to change. But otherwise, Thursdays at 4. Currently drowning in wallpaper sample books. No, say it isn't so. Kat, I'm going to ask you to post in the group. Thank you, Nate. And you guys be sure to run by Nate's and hang out. I've been over there a couple times. They're just a fun group. Kat, post in the Facebook group, would you please? That you have some wallpaper sample books, because a lot of the girls like them. Like I was saying about being the middle person, somebody else let them dismantle it and put it together, make kits, bundles, packs, whatever. Some of the girls may be interested in them. They might want pictures. So just put a post together for the group and ask them. And then if they are, you can. Patty sent another email watching for my invoice. You're awesome, Terry Kessler. Thank you, ma'am. See there, you got one already. I need wallpaper. So yeah, for sure. Post that in the group. Okie dokie. I don't want the group to turn into a sales group, but if you can consolidate it into one post, I have no problem with it. Okay. Good job. All right. Thanks, you guys. And I will see you all. Oh, wait. One moment. I have to get my exit together. Oh my goodness. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sheesh. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. And I will see you in a couple of hours.